Hello everyone, this is Spencer Barwick here, and today I'm going to be doing my first of many reviews I plan to do as I film my Adventure Begins remake, which at this point I have not started filming yet. I need to pick up a few more things before I can start filming, but filming will begin soon at the time of this recording. So anyway, today I'm reviewing RWBY Volume 1. Now, RWBY is an animated series created by the company Rooster Teeth, and was mainly created by the late Monty Ohm. Rest in peace, buddy. It follows the story of RWBY, Weiss, Blake, and Yang as they attend Beacon Academy, and Volume 1, I'm just going to say it, in my opinion, it is the second worst volume. There are a lot of good moments, but there's a lot dragging it down to stop it from being great. Let's start with the negatives. First of all, I feel like Blake's character throughout the volume kept flip-flopping between character to character, because when we first get introduced to her in episode 3, she seems like a very introverted and not very social person. Then she's basically the same throughout the Team Assembly episodes, but then for some reason in the very next episode she's all outgoing and social and funny and all which I don't really understand. And she's also supporting Weiss, even though she's technically meant to have a lot of negative things against her. In fact, in the last 2 episodes, she has a big argument with her and then runs away. Another problem with her is that when she runs away and spends the weekend with Sun, she tells her about her being part of the White Fang, but yet she tells him, but she doesn't tell her own teammates about it first. In fact, Sun even says, does your team know about this? And we don't get a scene of her explaining it to them. If we got that kind of scene, that I feel like that could have improved it a bit, but even then her character was a bit throughout the volume. Another problem with the volume is that nothing really happens. The teams are united, we get a stupid bully arc that, in my opinion, didn't need to happen. Personally, I feel like the second half of the volume should have been dedicated more to the team training and understanding each other better. And then, in the finale, you could change the finale a great deal, because with the falling out, instead of having it Blake and Sun versus Roman Torchwick, have it the whole team and then have Blake and Weiss team up on Ronan. Also, another problem is the villains are barely present. The villains are only present in the first and last episode of the volume, which is a bit silly. Like, this means that we don't really even get introduced to the villains until Volume 2, and even then, the main thing that happened with them is in Volume 3. So, in my opinion, we needed more with the villains, more hinting, more understanding of how they work. Even though Roman Torchwick, in my opinion, is a great villain. He's charismatic. I just like him. Like him a lot as a villain. Another big problem I have with the volume is also part of the finale. It's mainly due to Penny, mainly because after she stops the ships getting away with all the dust crystals, it should be pretty clear that she is a robot. I mean, just what she's doing, and no normal person in the world of RWBY you'd think would be able to do, even with semblances, being able to control the swords like that. The only one who will be close to controlling that is Pyrrha, but even then, it's just too clear that she's a robot. But even then, so that should have been her proper reveal as being a robot, instead of, I believe it's in episode 3 of Volume 2. So yeah, that was also a big problem with the volume, in my opinion. Now I'm going to discuss the positives with the volume. First of all, I love how the first 8 episodes do an amazing job of giving us the basic idea for what each of the characters are like. Which is really disappointing, considering how the second half literally mucks that up with Blake's character and literally nothing, and focusing on Sky character like John. Like, you can still focus on Team Juniper, but don't have them take up an entire half of the season, which is why it's such a shame that the first 8 episodes did a great job, and then all of that went down the drain with the last 8. Another amazing part of the Volume 1 is the fights. The fights are amazingly well done. My personal favorite fights are Team Juniper versus the giant scorpion thing, and Team RWBY versus the Nevermore. Like, those 2 fights are just amazing, in my opinion. You've also got the great fights like RWBY versus Roman Torchwick's goons. You've got Blake and Sun versus Roman Torchwick. They're all just well choreographed and well done. So in conclusion, Volume 1 is very meh. Now, don't get me wrong, I still love this volume, because after watching Volume 6, and then rewatching Volume 1, it just felt so pure seeing the characters' origins, and just seeing their beginnings of who they would become later on in the show. But from a critical standpoint, there are a lot of good parts about it, but the bad stuff is really dragging it down. So in conclusion, I'm going to give Volume 1 5 out of 10. So anyway, thank you guys for taking your time to watch this video. If you want, you can follow me on Twitter, link in the description, and yeah, my next review is probably going to be Volume 2 of RWBY, so you expect that in a week or two, so yeah, that's basically it. Thanks for watching.